Welcome back guys to another video from All Winner Studios. Today I'll be showing you how to set up port forwarding on your router so that you can host multiplayer games across different networks. Certain games have multiplayer capability which can work across different networks, but some don't and can only host games within the local network. You can, however, play multiplayer on these games using port forwarding. Port forwarding is when something, for example a router, redirects communications on a certain port and address to another address. More on this throughout the video. First, you need to get your LAN IP address. In Windows, you can get it by clicking on the Internet button, then clicking on the Properties button, which should open the Windows settings. Scroll down until you find the part where it displays your LAN IP address. For the next part, you'll need to keep note of the first three numbers. Open your favorite browser, then type the first three numbers of your LAN address into the address bar, followed by a dot, then 1. This is to access your router settings. Dot 1 is default, so if you changed it, go use that address instead. Once there, log into the site to access the settings. Inside, you should be able to find a tab, Port Forwarding. Sometimes it is hidden under a submenu, so just explore until you can find it. You should see something like this. In the custom service name, enter the name of your service, which is basically a brief description of what you're doing with that. I put OpenTTD as my example. Under Service, put as Other. Go to internal host, and here you put your device's local IP in full. External host, for our purposes, is not needed, so you can leave that blank. Internal port is the port which is used to communicate with from the router to your device, and external port is the port which devices from other networks use to communicate with your router. To fill in external port and internal port, you need to know which port is used by your game during multiplayer. You can find this by searching it out. Once found, put that number into internal port. You could put a different number into external port, but for me that just overcomplicates things, so I put the same number. In the protocol section, if you don't know what protocol it uses, choose TCP/UDP. Once done, press the OK or Add button. Your router may have slightly different settings, but essentially those are the only ones we need filled. That completes the setting up. To play, as the host, you need to share your IP address to your friends. The IP address you need to share is not the one listed before. You need to share your public IP address. You can get this from websites on the internet. A link to the one I visited is below in the description. Before sharing it, append a colon and then a number you put into external port. Host a game on your computer, then use this number as the IP address for your friends to join. I hope this video solved any issues you may have been having, and please consider subscribing and sharing this video.